sure plenty of you know who I am if you're watching the channel this early on. Felt like taking my newly acquired E92 M3 out for a drive today and discussing I guess you could call it a modification that I had done yesterday, which is the Auto Couture Motoring OEM exhaust mod, which has been covered in great detail online. But I figured I would try to get the camera rolling and give my thoughts on it. I've been wanting to film YouTube videos involving the cars that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, just friends' cars, photography, work, and I'm going to try to be consistent with this and see what happens with it. But yeah, today I am out in my E92 M3, which I purchased about 2 months ago out of Dallas, Texas. I flew to Dallas because I found this car online and I couldn't believe the price and the spec, and I drove it home. You will notice it is indeed a DCT. I've owned plenty of manual sports cars before this. E96 M3 was actually my very first car. Arctic Silver 97 Coupe manual. I've had an S2000, I've had Miata, but the amount of driving that I do and commuting into the city for work, I really wanted to try this new gearbox as opposed to the standard 6-speed, and I'm actually really enjoying it. One of my favorite gearboxes ever is the PDK from Porsche, and this is I'd say a close second for an automatic. But that's enough rambling. The main part of this video is going to be about the ACM exhaust mod, which I had done yesterday, and I've put probably 50 or so miles on the car since, and I absolutely love it. Those that are interested in doing this to your E92, I would say hands down, like there's no questions, you should do it, because the quality of the sound that you get for relatively short money is just unmatched. I paid used for this system $400, and then any reputable exhaust shop can do this job in no time at all. If you're paying anything over $500 for this whole job, then it's a little bit on the higher end in my opinion. I've heard of people that have paid, used system $100 and pay another shop $100, and they have an insane sounding car for $200. So if you do have an E9X, I would 100% recommend it. But the amount of driving that I do, one of the biggest things that I was really worried about with any exhaust setup that I was thinking of was making sure that there was no drone. Sure, it can be semi-manageable in your weekend car that you only drive hard, so you don't really care about it. But for me, like, I do daily drive this car, and I want it to be comfortable on those long hauls when I'm just sitting in traffic or just cruising at 60 miles an hour. I don't want to always hear the exhaust, and this thing is perfect at doing both. I'm sure, as you can hear right now, sitting at 50 miles an hour, 2,000 RPM in 7th gear, barely any noise coming out of the car, which is exactly what I wanted. You'll hear pretty quickly when I downshift. It wakes up really quickly, and it gives it a really deep, throaty V8 noise with like zero rasp, which I really liked. And for those that are curious, my current exhaust setup is literally just the OEM exhaust mod, so the equivalent of a muffler delete, and that's it. Still have primary cats, still have secondary cats, still have resonators, and honestly, I don't know if it needs much more. I was considering maybe doing test pipes, which would be a primary cat delete, but I've had catless cars in the past, and the fumes were always a nuisance to me. I would get headaches quite frequently, and honestly, I don't know if it needs it. It might be too loud. I have heard catless cars, but they have been valved, so they have the option to turn it off, which is nice, but I don't have that option, and I don't plan on doing valves in this car. So I think I might leave it as is, at least for a little while, and see how I like it. I think what I'm gonna do next, since you guys already heard the cold start, already heard the idle once it's up to temp, is get a few flyby shots, acceleration shots, downshifts, etc. from the outside of the car so you can get a better idea of what it sounds like. Really quickly, the spec on this car is a 2011 LCI E92 M3 coupe. It is a sunroof car, so it's not the carbon slick top, but it's a total stripper spec with, I'm sure as you saw, speed cloth, which was a huge drawing factor to me. It's got the DCT, but other than that, this car has literally zero options. It's quite literally a stripper spec minus DCT and sunroof, but it does have the ZCP competition wheels, which I was really keen on. And then, yeah, in terms of modifications, all it has done to it is the exhaust mod that I did yesterday. I think that's pretty much going to wrap up my video for today. Wasn't too in-depth, but I just wanted to show everyone what a simple mod on these S65 engines can do in terms of exhaust note. It really livens up the car and makes the driving experience a lot more enjoyable. I'm going to try my best to be a little bit more consistent on actually posting on this channel. I'm around some cool cars quite a bit. I haven't decided if I want to do like just an E92 M3 like ownership type channel or just everything and anything to do with cool cars. Feel free to leave a comment below on what you would prefer, and if you have any other videos that you want me to do with this car, just leave a comment and I'll be sure to take it into consideration. So thanks for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe if you want.